There is something I agree with you about Tannehill. He's okay. He's a very serviceable guy. But Derrick Henry, the Bama Slammer, is coming back, and now it can become Ryan training wheels again.
Steve, am I crazy for thinking that Joe Burrow is going to win his second playoff game over the number one seeded and overvalued Tennessee Titans? I like the Titans. I like Mike Vrabel. I like all their players. I think their quarterback is going to make a big mistake that will cost them the game. But am I crazy for thinking that?
Well, first of all, I'm beginning to think this is really a battle between Jason Whitlock and TJ Moe, because I know you guys are on the opposite ends of the spectrum. Here's my view of the Bengals. Bright young team. They have a franchise quarterback. I get the sense they're about a year away. History is not on their side. I believe they're 0-7 on the road in the playoffs. Again, what that has to do with the price of tea in China in 2022, I really don't know. But, Jason, there is something I agree with you about Tannehill. He's okay. He's a very serviceable guy. But Derrick Henry, the Bama Slammer, is coming back, and now it can become Ryan training wheels again, because if that big fella is ready to go and operate the way he usually does and they can start controlling down and distance, this game becomes much easier for Ryan Tannehill to succeed as he gets favorable looks. They got a week's rest. They're at home. I look at them as the more veteran team. I like the Titans here.
I like the nickname Ryan Training Wheels. I think that's awesome. TJ, I'm sure you love it as well.
I am a Bengals guy this weekend.
Oh, wow.
I am a Bengals guy. They are going the wrong direction. So we keep saying, okay, part of the reason I liked the Bucs coming into the Packers coming into this year is because everybody's getting healthy at the right time. That's true for the Titans, except I think they're rushing them back.
This isn't me picking on Dak. Virtually, other than Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, I'm not sure any of these quarterbacks out there are out reading, evaluating the defenses the way that Aikman and Peyton Manning and quarterbacks in previous eras did, because they just have they're micromanaged from the college game all the way through the pros, and so there was some bad coverage that needed to be exploited, and Dallas couldn't hop on it, and so Troy was somewhat pointing the finger at the coaching staff, but he was also pointing the finger at, like, what have we've crippled and quarterbacks, and none of them can think on their own or do anything. So I say all that to say Mike McCarthy may lose his job. Troy Aikman is somewhat questioning the coaching and the quarterback, I thought, with those comments.
You remember, I played with a guy named Denary Alexander in college at Mizzou. He was a first-team All-American, had 4 straight games of 200 yards plus during that season. He was unbelievable. Had 5 or 6 knee surgeries, didn't make it very long in the NFL because of that. There was a game that we were losing. Andy Hill was our wide receiver coach, and they got together at halftime and said, "What do we do here?" And Andy Hill spoke up. He said, "Well, I think we throw it to 81." That was his number. "And then once we get going, we'll throw it to 81. And then once we get going a little more, we're going to throw it to 81. And he had 200 yards. We won the game. I think quarterback is not a position where you can have a weak personality person. And it does not matter. It's actually a good comparison. Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers did not get along for good reason, because Aaron Rodgers' personality was too strong. He was not just going to let a coach dictate how he played the game. Now, that's good and bad, because you need a quarterback who can follow directions. But Aaron was also going to do what Aaron deemed to be best for them to win the game. And right now, that's throw it to Davante Adams as many times in a single game as he can. And that's going to win them the Super Bowl this year. So I think Tom Brady's a strong personality guy. He's done a measure of what you're talking about. I think part of the problem with the college system, I think you're correct, is that it's actually conditioned these guys to believe that they don't have to be the personality of the team. Because in college, the head coach is the personality of the team. In the NFL, it's supposed to be the quarterback. And a lot of these young guys haven't figured that out.